You're listening to The Rich Life Revolution with me, Michelle Cooper. My mission is to empower you to step into your next level of wealthy. You'll hear all the deets, a little bit of inspiration, and real life takeaways so that you can create your own rich life revolution. Let's dig in. Hey girl, hey, welcome to episode 63 of the Rich Life Revolution podcast. I'm your host, Michelle, and today you're going to hear straight from my heart, from my journal, all the thoughts that I've had in this time of my life, which happens to be the summer, fall-ish time in 2024. So if you're listening to this live, it's probably after this period. And if you're listening to this at some point in the future, these things are evergreen, right? They go on forever. They're a moment in time. So I wanted to share this with you because I think that this is important. I think it's important to share our journey so that people can realize that it's not all about the highlight reel. So when we look at people's social media, even my own social media, there's lots of awesome things happening. I love posting all the things that I'm doing and all of the amazing awesomeness that's happening in my life. I'm not really one for like posting all the crappy stuff, to be honest. I tend to work through that in private, but I do think that that's part of the journey and it is important to share. So I am opening my kimono, so to speak. I am opening the book on me. I am an avid journaler. I have an amazing journal right now. On the front, it says, be amazing, dream big, take chances, imagine, laugh, make a plan, stand strong, smile lots, change the world, chase your dreams, create, be a boss, sing out loud, believe, hope, don't be afraid, travel, be happy, sparkle, take adventures, read, work hard, do what you love, keep it simple, love and regret nothing. And I love me a journal, gotta say. So recently I attended an event. The keynote speaker was Kern Lima. Now, she wrote a book called Worthy. She's written a previous book to that. She has just launched a podcast. I listened to a couple of her episodes on her podcast. In particular, I think it's episode 1 and 2, which is an interview with Oprah. Like, how awesome that your episode 1 and 2 is an interview with Oprah. That's amazing. Jelly over here. So this entry, this piece of my journal is really around this time. And there's some gold in here that I want you guys to hear. Now, you know, sometimes you're journaling and just nuggets of gold drop in. You don't really realize it when you're writing out the words, but there is some stuff here that is really, I think, important, and someone needs to hear this. So let's get started. You know, one of the things I had a deep understanding of over the past couple of years is that I come from the universe, right? The energy that created our world, the planets and the stars. It's a grounding in our own knowing and that I'm never alone. The universe speaks through our intuition. And if you're quiet enough to listen and you're discerning enough to tell the difference between your thoughts and your intuition, you can get gold. The universe doesn't speak through other people. And that was a big thing for me to learn because I sought validation in my ideas and in myself, in my own being, through external resources, through other people. But the universe speaks through our intuition. And the minute you're asking everyone else what to do is the minute you need to get quiet, still, and listen until the answers come. The answers may come quickly and they may not. And that's just life. So accept it. I think it's important to remember that you're projecting what you want the answer to be. So when you hear the answer, you can sometimes doubt it. And this is just a natural part of being a human being, I think. If you're looking for the answer you want to hear, you need to stay open to what the answer is. So not being super attached to a certain answer or an outcome. It's like, I don't know if you've ever pulled tarot cards, and it's so interpretive, right? Tarot is so interpretive. And, you can get the death card, for example, which if you interpret it a bad thing, it's like the end of this thing or this idea, or it's like this disaster, right? But the other interpretation is that it's the beginning of something new. Now, what I mean by like when you're projecting what you want the answer to be is that we have an answer in our mind. And so that's the lens we view the information or the feedback from. So just keep that in mind. I don't think we can really erase that because it's just part of who we are as human beings. It's part of how our brain works. But I think we can be aware of it. So I think it's important to be obedient to the call of your soul and responsive to the answers that you hear. Doing the work on ourselves and asking the universe how it can use you. Ask the universe what its plan is for you. And that I picked up directly from Oprah. Oprah said, the universe whispers to you from day one. It's a It's a pause. The first no is the answer. But we ignore it, right? Because we don't want to hurt people's feelings, or we don't want to upset someone, or we think someone's going to get mad, or any other excuse that we can come up with where we're not laying down a boundary. But the pause, that's the message. And if you don't listen, you get the brick upside the head, right? If you don't listen to that brick upside the head, you get the tsunami, as Oprah talks about. And in the podcast I was listening to with Jamie Kern Lima, Oprah told a story of a woman who was coming back from doing her grocery shopping, and her hands were filled with her shopping bags. As she got to the front door of her apartment building, she fumbled around with the keys, and there was a man standing near, and he said, "Let me help you." And she said, "No, I'm fine." And he said, "No, really, let me help you." And she had the pause. She had the And he said, "I have a sister your age, and, I would want somebody to help her. She was struggling like this. Just let me hold the door for you." So she opened the door, and he came inside the foyer, and he said, "Let me help you up the stairs with your groceries." And she was like, another moment, another pause. She was like, "No, I'm fine, really." And he's like, "Please just let me help you. You remind me of my sister. I really want to, I really want to help you." So they walked up the stairs, got to her apartment door. She put the key in the door. He kicked the door open, pushed her in, attacked her. And that was the end of that story. So that's the right? That's the pause. And I think we ignore it, right? In that scenario, he was insistent. She kind of felt uncomfortable or bad, saying no, didn't want to hurt his feelings, felt awkward. But the pause, right? The tells you something. So I think we can say, universe, use me, right? When you're open to being used by the universe and obedient to the cause, instead of telling the universe your plan. So I'm really good at this, okay? I'm going to be super honest in this. I am really good at telling the universe my plan. Here's my plan. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to be. Here's how it's all going to work out. Make it happen, universe. And that doesn't work. What I've realized is that we need to ask the universe what the plan is, what its plan is for us. Now, you can substitute God, universe, higher power, spirit, whatever it is for you, right? So the intention is use me, show me, guide me. Now, this is really important, I think, right? Use me for the greatest good. Show me how I can be of service and guide me to the next step. Oh, this is gold. Honestly, this is gold. So what I started doing is saying, show me how the Rich Life Revolution podcast can be used as a force of good. Show me how I can transform my core business, right? Show me what the next steps are. Tell me what the plan is, right? Now, we can focus on the intention in everything that we're doing, right? When we're focused on the intention, not the outcome, this is where we become vibrationally aligned, right? You can't attract anything. You cannot attract anything in your life if there's any resistance to the thing. So if you don't believe you deserve it, or you don't believe you can handle it, or you have a fear you won't get it, there's no alignment, it's not going to happen, right? So finding the space to hear the answers, to hear your intuition, to hear God, the universe, source speaking to you is one of the most important steps. This will give you the guidance, and you will be able to clearly hear the messages. Now, as we can reflect back on our lives, we can see that choice after choice. Now, in my circumstances, won't speak for everybody, only speak for myself. You could call it bad choice after bad choice. Has led you to the place that you're at, right? Now, I've made different choices over the past few years that have taken me into a different path, one that is more enjoyable in my life. I feel like in my past, I have been the queen of bad choices, and I had to see that for myself. Nobody could convince me of that. I had to actually just see it for myself. So a bad choice for me is alcohol. A bad choice for me is drugs. A bad choice for me is eating unintentionally and unmindfully. A bad choice for me is gossip. Those are things that have led me to places where life doesn't feel good anymore. And the universe, I feel, is always leading us. Everything is preparation. Nothing is lost. So even though I made some bad choices, what could be considered bad choices, they were actually just choices. And maybe if I made different choices, I might have gotten to the place I am at now faster or in a different way. But nothing is lost. I have incredible stories and memories. I have things I would never do again because the outcomes were awful. And I have learned every step of the way. So what I now know and say is, universe, help me have a life surrounded by beautiful things. And that came from Oprah. I learned that directly from Oprah. Beautiful things are experiences, they're people, and they're things around me. Doesn't necessarily mean like a plethora of things, right? Maybe it does, but maybe it doesn't. I happen to love flowers. So I love having fresh flowers on my desk in my house. Like, that's beautiful things to me. I love books. I love looking at my bookshelf and thinking, which book am I going to pull out now? When we lean into all that the universe is, through gratitude, love, forgiveness, acceptance, surrender, we will receive all the blessings that are meant for us. And then we can delight in it, right? We can be lifted by it. There's a bunch of gold in here, so I hope you take more than one thing. But here's the thing that I want to make sure everybody understands. When we talk about gratitude, and I talk about gratitude a lot, I found incredible value and incredible momentum that is created through gratitude. However, it's not about kind of doing gratitude because somebody told you to. So when people say to me, how do I up-level my finances? I say, focus in on gratitude. So one of the things I recommend people do is so say you go to your grocery store and you pay for your groceries and then you express some form of gratitude. You tell the checkout lady, thank you so much for processing this order of groceries for me. I'm incredibly grateful to have this experience and to spend this time with you. She'll probably look at you like you're a crazy person, but that's gratitude, right? But there's no point in doing that if you don't actually mean it. So just because I tell somebody to do it doesn't mean that it's going to work, quote unquote. Right? Just because Oprah says to do gratitude or I tell you to do some gratitude journaling or whatever, it won't work. You must delight in it. You must enjoy it. You must fully embody it. That is a key. It's not just a task to do. Don't just ticked off my gratitude journal box today, right? That's not what this is about. It's about really embodying it, delight in it. How can you let this gratitude vibrate through your body? So when I say to you, what do you want? Now, you may have a list of things. You may be one of those specific manifestors who knows exactly what you want. You may be someone like myself who knows most of the time how they want to feel. But I came to a place recently where I feel very lost about what I want. I don't know. I flip-flop back and forth between some things. For the first time in a very long time, I don't have a goal on the horizon. And that leaves me feeling quite lost. So what can we do in that kind of situation? Well, surrender our desires that are based on what we think we want. Right? Give it up to the universe. Surrender it all, right? Never do anything because of our attachment to the outcome. Do it for the joy of the process, right? Not with the attachment to the how, to the people that will receive it, to the money in the bank or thing in their driveway or whatever it is, right? The process is the point. The journey is the point, right? Let the universe dream the dream for you. And then listen and step into that dream. So I'm going to say that again because that's what I want to leave you with. And then I'm going to read you my letter to the universe and encourage you to write your own. Let the universe dream the dream for you. Listen and step into the dream. So on August 11th, 2024, I wrote this letter to the universe. Dear universe, use me to fulfill your dreams for my impact in the world. I surrender my plans, my goals, and my dreams to you. Your dreams for me, I know, are so much more than I can even imagine. Your capacity is so much bigger than my own. I surrender it all to you. All the outcome, all the desires, all the wants and needs for myself and everyone around me. I am listening. I know I haven't been listening. I've been trying to figure it out myself. I haven't listened to the nudges, the whispers, and the hmms. Show me how I can use all that I am and have to do good in the world. I am your tool. Love you forever, Michelle. I would love to hear your letter to the universe. Feel free to send it on over in a DM on any of the socials at Michelle B. Cooper. Like, this is what I love. I absolutely adore this. So please, if you feel inspired, reach out, share this episode with your friends and family, share it on your socials. If you found this useful, somebody else will, and get that journal out. Write your letter to the universe. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me today. Have a rich life. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you got at least one gold nugget today. Be sure to grab your copy of the Rich Life Revolution workbook to help you set the foundation for your next level of wealthy. Get it now at richliferevolution.ca, and I'll see you later.